Um, Along with that, once you have all of your initiatives in place and in the semblance of the plan and your targets and your goals, now you can utilize that information to create your sales plan, sales quotas, and the marketing plan and marketing initiatives that are going to support your sales plan, as well as your operations plan. All that stuff gets easier once you do all this background work and do all that inward looking into the business to really see where you're at and where you need to be going. As far as some other considerations, one of the things that really changed and helped our business as well is budget planning. A lot of businesses don't do this, but once we started doing it, it was a little difficult at the beginning to get it going. But once you get it going, it's really, really helpful. So again, in the old days, as far as budgeting, all we did was, just try and keep budgets, under wraps, but there really wasn't any sort of control or metrics around it. So basically what we did is we created a budget by, again, looking back 1, 2, 3 years and, averaging out things like, what was our spend on sales and marketing and operations and, payroll and whatnot, coming up with those, averages that made sense to what we thought we should be spending on a go forward base and on a monthly basis. Looking at our revenue, where our revenue has been, but where we're expecting the revenue to be in the coming, months, 3 months, 6 months, year, et cetera. And really aligning that. I mean, we just took things, line items out of QuickBooks and just created a QuickBooks report. You can do it in whatever financial package that you use, but pulling out those line items so it's easy to pull this report month by month, so that you can see exactly where you are and then look at things like your revenue, your profitability. But you can now see line by line, category by category, where you went over or under budget, whether it was, revenue, and break up your revenue into different key areas of your business, breaking out all the expenses, your payroll, your sales, your marketing expenses, your general operation expenses, running your office and whatnot. We just got a lot of insight out of it, but it also helped us make decisions because we had this budget planned out. It helped us decide whether we were going to spend money this month or this quarter, or potentially push things off because we knew how it was going to affect our numbers. Anything to add here, Tyler or Shale?
This is, I mean, to me, one of the most important parts of business planning, as you've already identified, Mike, because it shows you, if you're projecting out all these things that you're doing to project out where you want to be at the end of the year, bringing it back from maybe 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. So if we're looking now at the end of 2023, where we want to be from a revenue perspective and a profitability, we can bring that back month over month and then look at, how we're tracking towards that. And as Mike said, start to make, intelligent, informed business decisions based on the data, so that we know, hey, if we've grown by this certain percentage in the first 4 months, we know we need to hire. So we can start to track and see how we're doing towards those goals, and then make the decision knowing that, yes, okay, we've hit that revenue goal. This is what we need to do now to accommodate that growth. And it may be a new hire, it may be an investment in some machinery or whatever type of business you're in, but we're looking at it and making those decisions based on the data.
Yeah, it's, a case of just being more proactive. Again, it was kind of like our old business plan process where, we created this plan, and at the end of the year, we look back. It was kind of the same thing with, our expenses and budgeting. At the end of the year, we looked, so how did we do, versus taking a proactive approach and making decisions and being able to pivot as necessary based on just the forecasting. And being able to look, 1, 2, and 3 months out in advance to know what's coming down the pipeline.
Really important to be looking at it on at least a monthly basis to see how you're tracking against that.
Yeah. And then the last little bit, that a lot of companies, I mean, obviously we're a technology company, and this is one of the things that we really help businesses with, that strategic technology planning. But we know in our marketplace that this is not the strong suit of, 80, 90% of our industry, the outsourced IT industry. It's more the nuts and bolts of, providing a help desk and providing equipment, and the strategic piece is, what kind of gets lost in there. But this is something that can really help make or break your business, making sure you have the right technology in place and the right tools that are making your people productive, and that your business outcomes are also tied to that.